What's going on, guys? Brian back with a new series. Today we're going to be starting our State of Decay 2 Lethal Zone guide. So I'm going to have a lot of information to put out to you guys right off the bat here. And if you guys don't want the information, you guys want to skip right to the gameplay, I'll have the timestamp link below in the description. But if you guys are here for all the little tidbits of information I'm going to put out on how to start, you know, survivors, traits, things to bring with you, maps and stuff like that, then stick with it here. But if you guys don't need any of that and you just want to jump right into gameplay, like I said, it will be time stamped down below, and I'll see you guys at that point. But for the rest of you guys, let's get started. All right, so first things first, I had in my mind that it was going to be a good idea to start Lethal Zone with a previous community and just roll them into the difficulty like a fully decked out community, roll in a Lethal Zone, and that would be your easiest way to play the game. Well, I was really wrong. I play tested that when I was, you know, building everything for this guy. Do not do that, guys. You are going to get yourself killed, especially if you're not used to fighting plague pharaohs and stuff like that. Like if you are new to Lethal Zone, that is the worst way to start or introduce yourself to Lethal Zone, because you're starting out at Lethal Zone at its hardest instead of starting off at Lethal Zone at a low level and working your way up. So what you want to do to prepare yourself for this is legacy characters, and we're going to go over what to bring and how to do that right now. Okay, so what you have here is you have your legacy pool. Now, when you beat a game with characters, they come into this pool. You're allowed to have 50 of them. These are the survivors that you're going to want to roll over into Lethal Zone, or you're going to want to roll for some really good traits, which we're going to go over later. I don't have very many people in my Steam version of this game, but for instance, I have my Red Talon here. This character has all of my items on her that I want to bring into this playthrough, and that's what I advise you guys to do. Have your survivors with their equipment on them that you want to bring into the playthrough. Now you're thinking, okay, well, this person has my 50 cal, this person has my facilities that I want, and this is the person that I want to bring into the game. How do I get the items off of these people to bring onto the person I actually want to bring? And I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. So there is a way to get items off of your legacy characters and move them around, and this is how you do it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start a quick game, whatever map, it doesn't matter. You're going to go green zone just so you don't have to worry about zombies that spawn, you know, in the beginning of the game. We're literally just loading this up so you guys can move stuff around your legacy characters. All right, so we're going to grab the ones that we want. So, for instance, this is the one that I want to bring into my game, right? This is the one that has my items on her, and, you know, maybe this one has items on her too. So, what you want to do is you're going to start a community. All right, so as soon as you load in, you're going to have, you know, now this Red Talon is the character I want to bring into my game. And I want to make sure she has everything on her. So what you would do is you would come up to these survivors,
really ought to think hard
access their inventory. And like, this is my inventory. This is everything I'm bringing into the game. We'll go over that here in a second. But like, say I wanted this AK, you would just grab it from her. Now it will be on me. Now when I log out, and we'll get over to that soon enough. I'll just keep the AK on me. Just, oh, let me see what this other survivor has. Maybe they actually have something I want.
We really ought to think hard about where our next home should be.
Not really. I'll take this Bowie knife. I can't. I guess we'll just take this BAR just so you guys can see how it works. But so you take and you move around whatever you want, give it to whatever survivor you want, and then once that survivor has everything on them, you're just going to end the game. But really quick, I'm going to show you guys what I'm bringing and why. So I'm bringing a crossbow. Crossbows are very vital, especially if you get your hands on one of these repeating crossbows in your other games. Make sure you bring one of these. It will save your life in Lethal Zone. It's going to make the game so much better for you at the start. So I'm bringing one of those, some bolts, stamina items, healing items. Now I'm bringing some Red Talon facilities. I advise you guys to get your hands on these. They will make your Lethal Zone playthrough a million times better, a million times easier. It's going to give you a really good start. So I'm going to bring the workshop, I'm bringing the officer's quarters, and I'm bringing a Red Talon workshop. I got a filling machine to help me craft up some fire early on. I'm bringing a rifle ammo press and a handgun ammo press because those are really hard to get your hands on. And this is the stuff this type of stuff I would advise you guys to bring. I don't have a biochem station, but that's okay. I got to work around for that. If you guys do have a biochem station, make sure you bring it. It will definitely help you out in your Lethal Zone playthrough. So I am all set 100%. I have everything I need for the playthrough. Let's get into it. All right. So once you exit the game, you're going to come back over here. Now, the thing about legacy characters that you've beat the game with previously, you can delete this community, and it says right here, survivors who have not been part of a leader's legacy, like when you beat the game, they will be permanently deleted, but other people, they will not. So all of these people, since I had them in previous communities before, when I delete the save, they just go back into that pool. And that's how you're able to go into a game, move stuff around, come back out, and delete that save, and those characters keep the stuff how you moved it around, and you also get to keep the characters. So don't worry about deleting it. We'll delete these guys, and I'll show you right now. I come back to my legacy pool, and here they are. They're all right back with where they were. But now she's going to have that BAR on her when I start the game. So now that you guys have your legacy characters figured out, if you're going to run with all 3 legacy characters, that's fine. You can skip this next part and go straight to the gameplay. If you don't have characters or legacy characters, I'm going to show you guys what traits and everything that you want to roll for. But let's get into the map. All right, so you're going to start a new community, skip tutorial. All right, so we're going to go to Trumbull Valley. I know a lot of you guys probably want to play this map. There's a lot of new stuff, and there's a lot of good bases in here for new players to Lethal Zone. Now, the start is going to be a little rough because resources are a little scarce in the beginning area, but I'm going to show you ways to work around that and to make the most of what you got. So, Trumbull Valley is a very good starting map just because the bases are just amazing. So we're going to go Trumbull Valley. We're going to go lethal, obviously, the Lethal Zone guide. All right, so these are what you're going to be working towards. These are all the boons. We're not taking any boons because this is a guide to teach you guys how to get these. But your first one that you're going to want to aim for is Builder because it just will make your Lethal Zone playthroughs after that a lot easier. So this is what we're doing. I am running this is where you will select your characters. If you're running all 3 legacy characters, then this is where you would select them from. I'm only bringing 1 legacy character because the other ones aren't worth it. I'm bringing my Red Talon. Fortification gives me extra material income, which is going to really help out with the game. Almost max skills, so we're going to be able to fight in combat a lot better right off the bat. And it's a builder. She's a builder, so I have that guaranteed builder leader right off. I don't have to like worry about trying to find that right away. So we got our builder. We got extra material income because materials are harder to come by in the Lethal Zone. But for the rest of these, I'm going to roll characters random. So you're going to hit fill out with random. Now, I explained this in my new player guide. This guide isn't for brand new players. So if you are brand new to the game and trying to jump in, make sure you guys go check out my other new player guide. I go into like the basics. But with this guide, I'm going to be assuming that you guys are, you know, at least Nightmare Zone level players. You guys are comfortable with the game. You understand, you know, 5th skills. You have an understanding of the game. And so if you don't have that understanding, you could probably still use this guide. But I'm saying I might say some things that you might not understand. So here is where everybody usually messes up. When you're sitting here, people aren't looking up here, you know, at this top area up here. When they're rolling their characters, they're just looking down here. They're trying to see what skills can they get. I need that mechanic. I need that mechanic. I need that, you know, I need that medicine. I need that. You're messing up. All right. This is Lethal Zone is very meta and very unpredictable. So what you want to worry about are these traits right here. Now, the traits you're going to look for going into Lethal Zone is you want Unbreakable, you want a Blood Plague Survivor, or you want things like Immortal, or Never Been Sick, Strong Immune System. Those are the type of skills that you're looking for. I advise you guys to get that State of Decay wiki, the trait wiki. Have that up on your phone, on another monitor while you're rolling your characters. And if you have a trait that you don't understand what it does, look it up on that wiki, because like I said, you really want to metagame this if you really want to take advantage of it. So, but those 5 that I mentioned there, Blood Plague Survivor, Unbreakable, those are the 2 best skills in the game. If you get somebody with a Blood Plague Survivor trait, take them. They are immune to Blood Plague. If you get Unbreakable, take them. They are immune to damage, like permanent health damage. So I'm going to roll some characters. It's probably going to take me a really long time. I'm obviously going to skip ahead, and I will come back and explain to you guys what I'm rolling with and why. So, I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, we are back, everybody. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. That really didn't take me that long. I swear, it's maybe 3 minutes, and I rolled these characters. It's never happened like this before. But, man, I got a Unbreakable Fisherman. So this is a really good combination. So he does heavy lifting. I'm hoping that will give me the powerhouse skill. We'll have to see. But I got a angler, which means I get the fishing skill, and this gives us +2 food. Now in Trumbull Valley, Lethal Zone in general, food is a little bit harder to of a resource to upkeep. So being able to get a little bit of food income on a survivor that is unbreakable is it's such a good thing. It's amazing, honestly. And I rolled a freaking blood plague survivor with no 5th skill, unheard of, within 3 minutes. That it's ridiculous, guys, ridiculous. Backwoods upbringing. So that means we got a decent amount of shooting, but this is a really, really good start. Now I can give this Blood Plague Survivor any 5th skill that I want. I have this Unbreakable that's going to give me food income. I have this Red Talon that's going to give me materials. This is metagaming at its finest. Like, we're really going down to the, because the thing is, you can do all of this stuff, plan all this stuff out, and Lethal Zone will still whoop your butt. There's a lot of unpredictable things, and that's what we're going to try to go for here. So once you load in, things I want you guys to be careful of, if you aren't used to this, is Plague Feral tends to spawn right in the starting area. So as soon as you spawn in, be vigilant. Noise is going to be the #1 thing that gets you killed in Lethal Zone. It's going to be the #1 thing that you're not really prepared for. It's going to catch you off guard. And damage. How much plague damage you're going to take right off the bat is really going to surprise you. So once you roll your survivors, don't rush this process. I've honestly, if this went fast for me, but I've sat here before and I've rolled for 2.5 hours just trying to make sure I got good survivors to start this with. So don't rush this process. Even if you got to pause your game, go to work, or come back later on and keep rolling. Hey, do it. All right, I promise it will pay off in the end. So let's get this guide started. Okay, we have loaded in, everybody. So first things first, like I said, you want to make sure you crouch down, watch your surroundings, because the Plague Ferals like to spawn in. But if you brought in legacy characters, they are going to be really, really strong.
We got to find a new place ASAP.
They're going to be really, really strong. So as you guys see, I have that BAR on me. I told you, you're allowed to move your stuff around. We got a really good
need to find some place to settle down.
Start here with getting materials and a ammo right off the bat. So car's not good. We're gonna just sneak over to the base here. Now the thing about Trumbull is the base is really, really, really close to where you spawn in, so you don't have to travel places like Meager Valley. You got to really go pretty far, and even Cascade Hills. It's a good trek to the base. So first things first, let's get the base cleared out. We got that crossbow that I told you guys to definitely start with. Any kind of crossbow works.
No room for that.
No, of course not. Seriously, let me give one of these guys
this wandering bullshit. Let's go grab a house.
this gun. It's a good base defense gun.
I'll be in and out quick. We could set up base here.
Okay, so none of these zombies are looking at us. Let's just get rid of them really quick. And as you guys can see,
pretty safe.
we already got a
I
horde
think we should claim this place and move in.
out there. So yeah, let's get the base claimed.
Yeah, that's cool, yo.
So right off the bat, guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. The
Security has to be gathering materials. We'll need them to improve this place.
get all our stuff installed.
How about you go take a look?
The Red Talon workshop is busted. It's not busted because of what it does. It's not that, super great. Right away, we're going to get our beds fixed up because obviously we don't have beds. Now, getting out of this base as quick as possible is definite goals because this base doesn't really have much to offer, but it's good enough for what we need right now when we first start. We need materials, though. That first bag is only going to bring us, I believe, up to 8, but this is what I was trying to tell you guys about the
Come with me.
whoop.
Two's always better than one.
Don't do that.
First, amigo.
I just wanted to get the materials off of Harry here.
I'll be finished with this before you know it.
Let's dismiss him. So we're gonna install these
I
or
just
deposit
finished
them,
up. We're looking good.
That's great.
and let's
Time to get
grab that
building.
ammo.
Either a workshop or an infirmary would be a good place to start.
Where is Swebe at? Oh, he's in bed already, dude? We just got here, man. All right, grab the ammo. So, we are already starting off pretty good. Now, this is, just like I tell you guys in my new player guide, you guys should know first things first is making sure you take care of yourself first. Don't worry about anything else other than getting these resources squared away. And you want to do it while the getting is good, because right now the zombie spawns are going to be nice and low. I think because, yeah, we can afford to carry this Cleo Longblade because her carrying capacity is super good. So we'll carry that Cleo Longblade. And we're actually going to go with this ultra. No, we don't need to. Yeah, we're good to go. So we're going to make sure we have bolts on us, stamina, and healing. You always want to make sure you leave your base with those things. Now, you guys should bring blood plague cures with you when you first start lethal, because getting your hands on cures or samples right away is going to be really hard. So bring samples with you when you start your game, or bring blood plague cures with you when you start your game. That type of stuff is really going to go a long way. I did not do that, so I'm going to suffer a little bit because I didn't, but I'm just going to play a little extra careful in the meantime. But the good thing about the Red Talon Workshop is it is cheap. Now, for me to craft a level 1 workshop would cost 8 materials, right? For me to craft this Red Talon Workshop only costs 5, but it's a level 3 workshop, guys, with free electricity. That is busted. That is straight up busted. So I'm going to craft that. It's only going to take a minute to craft, and we have a level 3 workshop right off the bat. So if you were to bring anything into this playthrough, definitely try to bring one of those. Now, thing is, we want to get our car up and running. Our car is going to allow us to get more resources. All right. So first things first is this campsite down here is a good spot to come and look for some quick gas, and maybe even a crossbow if you were not able to get your hands on one. But we're also looking out for that potential feral, because like I said, even though I'm a decently experienced survivor, I could probably hold my own against that feral. You don't want to get overconfident because you'll get jacked up. Blood plague early on in lethal, it's really, really hard to deal with.
At least it's not nothing.
All right, so we got a little bit of extra meds. We're going to want to go down the road. As soon as we can get our car up and running, we'll be able to get our food.
That's what we just accomplished together.
Hell yes.
Good work, everyone.
We'll be able to get our food and our fuel up. Okay, well, this doesn't look too promising. No gas cans or anything down here.
Perfect.
Materials, though, that is still a good find, because I built my workshop first, but you want to try to get that infirmary built, because if one of your people do get sick with blood plague, you want to be able to put them in that bed until you can get yourself a plague cure crafted. But like I said, because we're starting that brand new game, even though she's a leveled survivor, she starts off with 0 standing. And that's what you want. Now, if you were to roll an experienced community that you've already been playing on over, all your people standing stays. It doesn't go back down. So that's why you'll start the game off and you'll have triple ferals right off the bat, and it's not a good start, I promise. Okay. So you guys could also metagame a little better than I did by bringing some damn gas with you when you start, but you know, I like to make things a little challenging. So I know for a fact I can come up here. This area is the seconds auto. Now, before you come into Trumbull Valley, I advise you guys to play on a lower difficulty, like Green Zone or something like that, and learn the map, because map knowledge is half the battle, guys. When it comes to resources management and stuff like that, just knowing the map.
Careful. I see a screamer.
Is going to save you so much heartache when it comes to trying to locate resources and stuff. So here, you know, in Lethal Zone, it does not hurt to avoid combat when possible. We'll get that bolt on our way back. Area seems pretty clear. All right, so we got a gas pump here. This will allow us to get a fuel ruck, and I believe you can get another fuel ruck out of here. But going in this building, I know it's going to spawn a bunch of zombies. Lethal zone will always, for the most part, spawn zombies on you. So I'm going to hit this area outside first. Now, this is what you got to prepare for. Zombies will scream like nobody's business in the lethal zone. So any chance you can, make sure you take the zombies out before they get a chance to scream. But I'm going to show you guys how to deal with that stuff once we get a little further. All right, gas can for the car. We're going to be probably able to get some chemicals out of here. And I should be able to get a fuel ruck. Probably up top. And we're just scanning the area, you know what I mean? Make sure we're watching out for those ferals. That's going to be the one thing that you really, really want to watch out for. I'm going to link my blood feral guide in the description below, so you guys will have that to reference to help you learn how to fight ferals a little better. So here, this character is stealth, but I do have, you know, these chemicals on me weigh 10 pounds. This rucksack weighs 10 pounds. This gas can weighs 3.5 pounds. So this crossbow is pretty heavy. This blade is heavy. I have a lot of weight on me right now. You want to start taking your weight into consideration because the stamina loss in lethal zone is very, very high. So when you get into melee combat, you're going to be bleeding stamina like nobody's business. So here, I'm just going to try to stay quiet. Avoid combat because I know I am overweight and I don't want to bring in too much attention. But I'll let you see her skills. She has max prowess, max tactics. We're just got to work on her fighting and her shooting. All right, we're good to go. All right, we're in the clear. And then the only thing we need now is to work on our food. But because I was able to roll that fisherman, as you guys see, I'm only losing 4 food a day right now. We're getting +2 from Haas. I have no garden built. I have no anything. So all I really need to do is get myself a food outpost. A level 2 food outpost will definitely do it. And I should be able to actually get an outpost right here because if this was plague territory, this would be red. So I'm thinking that area up there is not going to have plague territory, so I'll be able to get that early game food outpost. Like I said, map knowledge is half the battle. So we're going to deal with him. Like I said, this crossbow will save your life. Now I'm going to stay quiet. Like I said, this zombie could scream and call in a bunch of his friends, so we're just going to sneak up on him. And we have a decent amount of weight on us. So now we should be traveling light again. All right, car is banged up, but now you hear the feral. So we're just going to keep it moving. I want to head back up now that I have the car, and I want to try to go to this auto repair shop because I know I'm going to be able to get my hands on a repair kit, more fuel, and getting your car in a tip-top shape is important. So we're going to see what we dragged in. Always make sure you check what you drag in. Nothing. So we're good. So entering this building, I want to be ready for combat because, like I said, lethal zone is going to spawn zombies on you pretty much anytime you enter a building. Okay, so 2 of them spawned. They're laying down. Now, the cool thing is, well, a lot of them are spawning. You see them all popping in? Now, they're laying down. So the cool thing is we have a crossbow. Crossbow is silent. If I walk around and I try to stealth kill these zombies, they're going to stand up and try to ambush me. But since we got the crossbow, we can kind of just sneak around. That one's seen me or heard me. Dead. And because I'm using a crossbow, I'm not going to alert any of these zombies. Want to make sure he stops doing that.
A few of them are still about.
Now we should be able to just get this last one. There it is. Go around, get our bolts back. All right, so we are in business. Let's loot around, and like I said, you should be able to. If you guys are decently experienced, so you should know in these you'll usually always guaranteed at least one repair kit, one bag of fuel or fuel can. There's our gas can. And now another item, if you guys have already played through Trumbull Valley on a previous community, which I advise you to do on a lower difficulty, if you guys are bringing over things like a Haven device, which I still have not earned yet as of this video in my regular Lethal Zone playthrough, but yeah,
Sure
make sure you bring that with you. The Haven device will definitely help you in your Lethal Zone game for sure. All right, so we're gonna repair our car right off the bat. Not gonna mess around. There, that's in good condition. We have fuel, got chemicals, and we have a gas can. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna actually head down to where I told you guys this food outpost is. We're gonna grab a bag of food to get that out of the yellow, and we're actually gonna claim it as an outpost. We should. No, we don't have enough influence yet. So I don't know how this didn't count as building a new facility. It's kind of stupid. So we're actually going to have to get some more materials. I think it was maybe because I built a Red Talon facility that it just didn't count. But I'm going to hit this warehouse on the way back, see if we can get some more materials. Or even that shed probably. Okay, so as you guys can see, we got quite a bit of zombies here. So if you guys are in Nightmare Zone, you guys know to park your car up against there. We're going to line these guys up. And I'll also have my melee guide linked in the description. But hopefully you guys are experienced in hand-to-hand combat. 5 zombies should be nothing to you if you're coming into this zone. But you want to make sure you take care of them in a way that they won't scream. Or try to keep the screaming to a minimum, because in Lethal, you know, 3 zombies that scream easily turn into 20 zombies. So yeah, we need a little bit more influence, but let's grab the food out of this place, which I don't even think we're gonna get. Yeah, this actually is not a food site. Like, it's a food outpost, but not a potential food site. Alright, that sucks. Let's get out of here. I'm not even gonna waste inventory on this building. Let's grab materials on our way back, and we'll hit another location. But generally at this point, you would have already got your reward for finishing the mission, and you guys should be able to make this into an outpost. For some reason, mine didn't count, so I got to do an extra step. So we got another 5 zombies or so coming in. Screamer in the back, so we want to take him out immediately. We could go stealth, and those guys might not even know where we are. Okay, so we're gonna wait for this dude to turn around. He should turn around. So he screamed. All right. Yeah, I told you guys, the zombies are really, really quick to scream.
Breathe easy. No more creepers here.
All right, so we're here for the bag of materials, and then we're going to just build our infirmary. Getting that infirmary built is going to be, for you guys, it's super important. Not just because of, oh, we got a little extra inventory. Let's just empty this place out. Not just because, oh, get out. That's a great find. So I just found a Trumbull Valley exclusive gun, the AKS-74U. I actually haven't found this gun yet.
Kids, here you go. You're welcome.
A little bit of 5.56 and another crossbow, but I will never use that crossbow, so we're going to just break it down for parts. The AK, though, it's a pretty cool find. All right, let's get back to base. Get that infirmary built. So getting that infirmary built, like I said, if you do get that early case of blood plague, which is very, very possible in lethal, you want to make sure that you have that built so you can put your people in the plague beds while you go out and try to find yourself some plague cures to build the cure. But if you guys are doing this right, you should have a couple plague cures on you. Now, we got to be careful because I know there is a plague feral in the area. We heard him earlier, and he's going to stick around for a little bit. So you definitely want to be careful. All right, so we got that built. Now what I'm going to do, or we got that installed. Now I'm going to get this infirmary building. And we're going to go out and we're going to get our hands on some food. So, like I said, map knowledge is key. But if you don't really know this area all too well, there are the scout towers here. So I'm going to...
All right, neighbors. You got a minute to help?
They're going to want plague cures. I have no samples right now for them.
I'm going to owe you for this.
There's some farms over in this area that we can actually probably go check for some food. We'll go hit the scout tower. Now, we are actually a little low on gas. I think I might... Yeah, so let's grab a gas can. So this is all you want to focus on right away. Even with these people calling, don't really worry about their mission. I'm actually going to... Now that we got our influence for building that infirmary, I am going to head over there and get that... outpost built. Now, I know I dragged the screamer out. He's right there. I seen him walking out when I passed last time. So what I can do is, you know, to save myself the trouble of hitting him with my car or him screaming and possibly spawning a bloater in, just deal with him really quick. Not a big deal. Let's go get our bolt back. And now this is why I told you guys fresh start lethal games are way easier than rolling a community over. As you guys can see, the map is very, very chill when you first start. So you want to take this chill period and kind of move around as fast as possible, getting as much done as possible before the spawns do pick up. And you're now able to move around as freely. Didn't mean to hit that guy, but... So they shouldn't come all the way down here. Let's get this outpost claimed. Now, we're only going to be able to do level 1, but that's fine, because that's going to...
Hey, folks. The outpost is up and running. That said, a little more effort here could really pay off.
At this point now, as you guys can see, my food... I'm only losing 2 food a day. And now, once I upgrade this, I'll be losing none. So I'll be able to just 100% maintain my crew without having to build a farm or anything like that. So I'm going to loot this place out completely since we have an outpost here. I've seen some barrels in the back. So anytime you see these barrels, go check around. Sometimes they'll be lootable and you can get some chemicals out of them, but these ones are a no-go. The shed, nothing interesting. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna head down to this area, scope, and see if we can get our hands on some Now, in a fresh game, food is the only resource that you really need to worry about chipping away a whole bunch at, because your survivors eat every day. Now, if you're not taking a whole bunch of damage, you don't really have to worry about meds. If you're not going crazy on your bullets, you don't have to worry about anything. Food is really the only resource you're going to have to worry about right off the bat. So there's the feral. I'm going to lure him out. So we're going to take care of him with the car. So what you need to do is, if you want to, you can back to him, but you need to spin around really quick and then back up at him again. And that's how you can kill ferals with the cars. You want to back up.
Blood in the air. I think a plague heart is nearby.
They'll dodge, and then you're going to quickly spin around and go back at him again, and you should hit him. So always take a second before you get out your car just to see what you're dragging in. If it's too much, just keep driving. Circle around the block. Come back at another time. Don't just, drive up somewhere, then get out the car, because next thing you know, you got two ferals jumping on you. All right, so we're going to climb up.
I don't see anything useful in here. Oh, I really hope
Military truck, nice. So military trucks tend to have some decent loot in the back of them.
Some folks have camped out in that building.
Okay, so we're gonna see potential food and ammo in this abandoned barn. 10 containers. We're gonna probably get some good stuff out of there. And now we have a military truck super close to home, so I know I want to get this at some point. But we're going to keep that in mind. More materials there. Materials there. So we got a lot of materials in the area. Ammo in the area. Like I said, the only thing this area is kind of skimpy on is food and stuff right in the beginning. Okay, out in the field. All right, so our infirmary is built. You could start rushing, and while we're out here, just go grab materials from here, grab materials from here, and those 2 bags plus what we have at base still won't be enough. We'll need 1 more bag, and maybe head up here to this warehouse, see if we can get another bag, and then we could rush build our level 2 infirmary so you get passive healing. That is an option for you guys. I am not planning on taking a whole lot of damage, so I'm not going to prioritize that right now. But if you are worried about taking a ton of damage and getting your passive healing going, definitely go ahead and rush getting that level 2 infirmary. So we got zombies coming. I'm going to deal with these guys really quick. I seen a bloater down near the barn. That was the main reason I stopped. I want to take care of him before I get down there. There you go. Now this barn is, more than likely going to spawn a ton of zombies in. Two coming in.
That screamer quiet.
I know I got a screamer behind me. Deal with him. Just because zombies might scream and bring them in. So we'll just take care of them. Okay, so there's a good chance, like I said, this barn's going to spawn tons of zombies. We do have a safe zone overlapping it from that shed, and that
could have something we need.
Actually cut into the spawns. We might have got lucky.
We're good.
There it is.
Don't see any of them around here.
All right. Let's see what the hell we can get out of here. So like I said, I'm mainly here for the food, but base is really close by, so
I guess it's better than nothing.
All right. Let me see. Yep. We could also try to grab the bag of ammo. But like I said, base is really close by, so this is an area that we can easily just do runs back and forth to. Light bolts, definitely going to take those. We got our light crossbow, so that's going to be some gasoline. We don't really need that right this second. Another crossbow. So I don't really care about this crossbow for the bolts and stuff. Actually, I'm going to drop those bolts. I'm taking the crossbow because I'm going to break it down for parts. Like I said, this crossbow I have on my back is the only crossbow I will really need. But if you guys are hurting on crossbows, definitely grab any crossbow you can, any bolts you can. I'll take the pipe bomb. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to get a bag of ammo out of this place.
There's nothing here.
All right. Get this stuff back to base, and we're going to get their mission done really quick by going out and farming plague zombies with our crossbow. Let's get this food dropped off the base. And I'm doing this mission quick because I want the influence. I don't really care about anything else. Actually, I just finished a bounty. Look at that. Except getting this influence.
I'm home.
So our meds are low too. So while we're out, we're going to be looking for meds. Let's see here. All right. So first things first, I'm going to start breaking down some of these weapons that I don't need. I don't need either of these crossbows. And that is a quick, almost 200 parts, 150 parts. So we got this AK, which we can actually give to our other survivor for base defense. You want to make sure that you give your survivors guns as quick as possible, so they can help you defend the base. That guy has the BAR. He doesn't have anything, so we're going to give that to him. And now both of our people have guns, automatic guns too at that. So this military tent you would think has meds, but it just doesn't. It just doesn't. Now the one thing we could do is we could make it into an outpost, but I would rather just go out and get a bag of meds. And we don't have the influence to get the second outpost yet already, so we're gonna head down, talk to these guys, get their mission, go farm some plague samples really quick. Now, if you have a pathologist that you brought over,
be careful of plague zombies around here.
getting your plague samples will probably be quite a bit easier because they have an advantage. And while we're here, we're also going to grab that bag of materials, but go. I'm going to try to kill them with the crossbow to get that increased plague sample drop rate. Place is probably pre-looted, right? Yeah, looks like it.
Orale. The safest way to collect samples is by killing plague zombies. Best place to find them is in the territory around a plague heart.
Right, so I know I got a couple in the back. Oh, good duck, dude.
Or you could just destroy the plague heart itself to get a bunch of samples. That's more dangerous. Better make sure you gear up before you head out on this one.
Helping out like this is a good way to make friends.
Yeah, so
Let's hope this pays off. We could use allies out here.
we're just going to go through, farm up a couple plague zombies, work on our shooting a little bit. Now, if you guys did come over here with some gear and you guys are confident that you could push a plague heart, pushing an early plague heart isn't going to be that hard. I would advise against it until you get a little more comfortable with the noise and stuff.
You have to be careful around freaks like that one.
The screamer. Only if they gave samples, right? There's one.
There's a feral coming in.
Okay, so got the one-on-one with the feral. We're just gonna keep making space, and now I got this crossbow, so we could just keep lighting them up. Make space.
The armor's gone.
Now, the ferals, they run in a straight line, so as long as you dodge through and run in the opposite direction that they came at you, like I said, I'll have that in my feral guide. My feral guide will be in the bottom. You should have no issues whatsoever dealing with ferals. But like I said, they come out of nowhere, guys. That's why you always got to be on your toes. And before you start pushing out in the dark like this, where your visibility is low, make sure you guys have a gun. Something to defend yourself against ferals, because if you don't, you're gonna have to melee them, and that could get a little more, a little trickier. But I also go over that in my feral guide. That's a good shot. There, we just maxed out our shooting. Not bad. Now we just got to max out fighting. Good thing about plague territory is guarantees you plague zombies. And it makes sample hunting so much easier. Okay, so I don't want to get too far away from my car. We got this small little group over here we're going to push. And that's about as far as we'll go. Good shot. There it is. Got our second.
Everything seems to be in order.
Word.
So now it doesn't matter anymore. We can do melee combat, which I'm going to do because I want to, like I said, level up her melee skill. Nice. I'm just watching the area. This is a nice wide open area, so I could afford the combat. I know there's not a ton of zombies around, so if one of them did scream, I wouldn't have to worry about too many being pulled in.
With these plague samples,
This should be 500 influence, though.
Sure blood plague if one of us gets infected.
There it is. 500 influence and a bag of fuel. So let's drop this fuel in the
Thanks for
car.
taking care of that.
Buena suerte, amigo.
Let's see what else they have for sale.
How's it going?
Okay, let's see what you've got.
Okay.
Now, because this is a lethal zone map, you guys want to make sure that you are on top of buying stuff, because a resource, especially bags of resources.
Yo, our med supply is low, and we do not want to run out.
Sure thing.
Please come in. We're glad to have you.
Now, because this is lethal zone, there's certain items that I always want to leave base with. That is stamina items, healing items, generally a blood plague cure. I don't have one right now, and fire. And that is because if you get
As long as that plague heart is nearby, we can't really secure this place.
if you get jumped by a triple feral, you want some way to slow them down, and fire is that. Or if you get hoarded,
I'll take that.
by a ton of zombies, you want a way to slow them down.
I guess it's better than nothing.
All right, so we just got a couple things I'll sell to these people before heading back. We got another bag of mats. As you guys can see, there is resources in the starter area. It's a little sparse compared to other starting areas in the game. But the one thing we are going to probably have to travel a little bit for is meds.
Hola, friend. What's new?
Sell that and that. Now, she's getting tired. Obviously, we want to make sure we get her back. And I'm just trying to plan out my next move here because we're going to go get some meds. And we could push up into Fairfield and try to loot some meds, but it's gonna be plague territory for sure. And we're gonna hit that cell tower to see where we can scout some out, but that's gonna be with another survivor. So yeah, starting off with legacy characters, like I said, is going to make it so much easier for you. Now, once you're able to beat the game with legacy characters, hey, go for that 100% fresh start. But like I said, until then, you just want to learn the difficulty. You want to learn its quirks. Okay, so we're going to roll with Hoss.
What up?
So I'm going to take his gun. I'm going to give him that stuff, and we're going to swap over to him. We gave her the gun for base defense. Okay. So, see what kind of melee weapons we have. We'll take this RTX extermination blade. The pipe is not a bad weapon, but it's not a good weapon either. And this blade is in good shape, so we're good there.
Hey, Lily, it's Ray Santos. I wanted to let you know we've had a couple more communities settle down here in Trumbull Valley. They seem like good folks.
Thanks, Ray. It's nice to hear that people are coming back to the valley. Take care of yourself, all right? I count on you to keep an eye on Trumbull for me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to have some story missions popping up, and I will tell you guys when and when not to do those. There's some of these missions that can get really, really dangerous, and until you're built up, you want to make sure you avoid some of them. So let's go up here. We definitely want to get these meds flowing. And like I said, right off the bat, your main focus is just getting settled into the lethal zone. Don't worry about pushing play cards. Just worry about getting your resources squared away. Let's aggro him up. Because he's just going to stay here. Okay, so he doesn't want to run, so I don't want to take any chances. That was a good shot. We'll get our bolt back on the way back. He's going to stay there. So when we come back through, there's a good chance that we could potentially hit him if we're not paying attention. So anytime you see a bloater near the roadways, just take care of him. So these bloaters just spawned in. All these screamers are going to do nothing but give me problems, so. And if you guys don't know, blood screamers spawn blood bloaters, so. Now this guy is a rookie fighter, but he is unbreakable, which means he has a 100% chance to resist injuries. Now we have an infestation that popped up in lethal zone.
If I take out the nearest plague guard, this should clear up.
Always deal with your infestations. Okay, so as you guys can see, we got a Juggy coming. I'm not going to fight him right now. We got a ton of zombies, but I do want to loot this area, and I don't want the zombies to bully me out. So if you guys seen my Juggernaut guide, I showed you how to kill him with the car. That's what we're going to do. And now the reason why I'm so adamant on this is I want the plague samples from this Juggernaut. The Juggernauts guarantee drop plague samples, and I know I can pull this off. So we'll squish the zombies and just hit the Juggernaut. Just avoiding any frontal damage to our car. Barrel. So what I want to do is I don't want to call that he's going to come anyway, so we just want to make sure we get some space. Barrel got crushed on the trash can. And definitely use your car to your advantage. It's one of the greatest weapons in the game if used properly. Got more zombies popping in. It's fine. Got plague samples. Hadouken. And we'll go collect. So that's one right there. 2 from the jug. Got 1 down the road. So early game like this, especially lethal zone, they're going to throw juggernauts and ferals and stuff at you. As you guys can see, the car is the best way to deal with them in this early game. The juggernauts, at least. So we're going to hide up this tower. I'm just going to walk over here. That way I don't, call in more zombies. But we got, what, 4 down here. Now, I know lethal zone. So I know that if I approach all 4 of these zombies, one of them's going to scream. It's just how it is. So I want to try to see if I can get some stealth kills. So those 2 are moving their way that way. These 2 are looking away. So we're going to take care of them. Now, even though I could have easily just fought all 4 of those zombies, the fact is they would have screamed and that 4 zombies would have turned into 20. So it looks like he's going to keep moving that way. We're good. Got to remember, we're here for a task. We just need medicine. We're in and out. Just make sure you don't get bogged down by, if you have a task, I explained this in my new player's guide. If you have a task that you're going out for, do that task. You're like, don't get bogged down in this, that, and the other thing.
I bet that thing still runs. Oh, shit. That might just make for an excellent outpost. I found another plague heart.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I really want to take you for a spin.
Was that a Brogan Trekker? Brogan Sport. Okay, so not that cool. I am interested in upgrading that taxi possibly. So another thing that we're going to do really quick, on our way back to base, Chavez sells some amazing guns. And now that we got that extra influence, once I get this bag of meds, we're going to swing by him. And he should have a gun for sale that I want you guys to see and buy in your playthroughs also, because it is, in my opinion, the best gun in the game. Okay, so let's try to see. Where can I get meds at? Right here, bathroom. And while we're over there, we'll burn out that infestation. We don't need fuel right now, so we'll just keep it moving. I don't want to bog my inventory down. One more sample and I can get a cure. Is this guy our golden ticket? Negative. Okay, Screamer's gonna come at me. As long as you keep your distance, he won't scream right off the bat. They have to be within a certain distance of you in order to start screaming. Okay, so we're gonna try to scope these zombies out, see where they are in the house. Okay, it looks like they're all in the front here.
Fire in the hole!
Can you get over here right now?
Overthrew that a little bit.
Our neighbors just stole every scrap of medicine we had. How are we supposed to put up with this?
Mark it down. I'm starting this now. What this town needs is law and order. We can't stand by and watch bullshit like this happen.
We gotta bet big to win big.
So missions like that I would definitely avoid.
This is plague territory. This place ain't never gonna feel safe.
That mission's gonna throw you into combat with AI humans early game, and you kind of want to avoid that at all costs. Okay, so we're gonna head over here. We're gonna grab these meds. We're gonna be careful. There's a good chance that this building's gonna spawn up a bunch of zombies. Door's locked. All right, so we're gonna let them break the door down. Them banging on the door is gonna bring all these zombies into a nice little pile for me. Like I said, noise is no joke in the lethal zone. So they're gonna pull up pretty good, and I'm gonna burn them.
All out.
Should get a sample from that. You guys can see how many zombies just came out that building. That's lethal zone for you. But because I have this crossbow, we should be able to keep our distance. Kind of just farm these zombies. And now we have enough samples to get that plague cure. So that should be your goal for day one, is to get that initial mission done, get your initial little bump of influence here, and get your resources decent, and get yourself a plague cure if you don't already have one. Because that early game blood plague is it's brutal, really, really brutal.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so we got our meds. We got our samples. Now, when we craft this plague here, it's going to chew into our meds a little bit, so we're going to eventually have to come right back out and get some more, but should have known he was going to hit. They actually got 6 plague samples. Look at that. Ballin'. So, Chavez is located in one of, I think it's this building. So this is where you want to remember to come on the map. He's really, really close by the starter base. But like I said, he has a gun on him that is top tier. Now, you can get this gun for free, I believe, by moving into the Red Talon fob. But I obviously don't. We don't have enough people. We don't have enough influence. We don't have enough anything to move in there right now. So, I bypassed the. Wait, no. Yeah, I definitely bypassed it. How am I going? First turn. It's second turn. Go in between the mountains. Bloater. So we're going to get out. Now, as you guys see, is we only took plague damage there. We didn't take any permanent health damage. And like I said, that's because this guy's unbreakable. So he doesn't take any permanent health damage. It's super amazing. But that plague damage there is enough to put him out of commission. Now that bloater came from that screamer. He screamed when I drove past, spawned in this bloater, and then when I came back down to go this way, the bloater was here. So that's why I said anytime you see those roadside screamers,
Better be careful. Any more exposure won't end well.
you want to make sure you take care of them. So we're almost fully plagued. We definitely want to be careful. We see anything that's even remotely sketchy, like feral or anything like that, we're getting the hell out of here, but I think we're clear.
Hey there. Come on in if you want.
All right, so this is Chavez. He has some story stuff here. How about trade with him?
Trade.
Wow, it's feral. So we're gonna make space. See if Chavez is gonna deal with him. Now this gun is so expensive. I think it gets cheaper as you rank up your relationship with Chavez, but since this is our first time ever meeting him, we are only neutral, so it's 600. I still want to buy it because it's that good. It's a 60 round 5.56 rifle that holds that has max durability, guys. Max durability. It is so durable. I love this gun. Chavez also sells a bunch of ammo and stuff like that, but I'm not spending any more influence. I don't need it. Any of that ammo, we're good. But I did want to get our hands on that gun because I don't plan on going to the Red Talon base. And look at that. We can get some more meds right here. So let's push down, get those meds. Now, the main reason why I'm grabbing these meds now is because I know when I craft that plague cure, like I said, I'm going to be taken away from my med supply, and I'm just going to have to go back out and loot more anyways, so I might as well do it while we're here.
Oh, cool.
If this building wants to hook it up. Think we might have a zombie coming. Yep.
Hey, all clear.
Okay, so there's the horde coming. Shouldn't be coming near me. There it is. It's going to make its way up toward Chavez, but by the time we get up there to the car, we should be able to just keep it moving. So yeah, make sure when you guys come over to this map, you bring your, best survivors. If you can get your hands on Blood Plague survivors, like I said, they are going to be key for your lethal zone. The Blood Plague survivors can never get Blood Plague. They're amazing. Truly, truly amazing survivors. You definitely want to make sure you take care of them. So we got some Willie Pete's and a transmission mace. Not a bad haul right there. So let's get back to base, and that I'll wrap this first episode up. I don't want it to go on too long. I just kind of want to get you guys, set up in game with your survivors, with your good traits, get your resources squared away. Pretty basic stuff right now. Like I said, Lethal Zone starts off pretty easy. Even I've made mistakes. As you see, I hit a bloater. But we reacted properly. We grabbed survivors with good traits, so we didn't take a whole lot of damage. Just a little bit of plague, but we have our infirmary built, so we can get him laying down, get his plague. Let me get that bolt. Seen another one up there in the bush, but I didn't grab it. But it's not a big deal because, like I said, we can just throw him in one of the plague beds. He'll passively heal his plague damage off. and it won't be a big deal. We still have 2 other survivors that we could cycle through, so. And voila. That.
Stay away from plague zombies, okay? I'm worried about you.
Hello, Trumbo Valley. This is Tracy Huerta, speaking to you from downtown Marshall. Most of you don't know me yet, but if things go well, you will soon. I'm working on a little project that's gonna help this valley thrive again, like it used to. For now, just stay strong and be good to each other. We're all in this together, after all.
Even the deadheads have their shit together more than we do.
All right, so like I said, we're gonna swap everything over to this guy. He is our blood plague survivor. Hoss there is gonna go. We're gonna get him in the infirmary. Now, you guys want to make sure you use this as much as you can just to get this plague. It's free. You don't have to spend plague samples. You could just come here, spend plague samples, and do it, but that costs 3. And when you have somebody with pathology, it only costs 1. That's super worth it. But right now,
Yeah, I'd say that I feel like shit.
we're just gonna get him resting up.
Fixed up.
Get rid of that cleaver. It's not that great. Transmission mace, super heavy weapon. But it is better than the alternatives at the moment. And we're just going to get this guy set up for next episode. And there it is. I don't really have any fire yet. I could craft some Molotovs. Which I think we... No, we could do fuel bombs, yeah. So we'll do a set of fuel bombs. And we are in there to win there. Now, what I did, I made a mistake. I should have installed my filling machine. And that would have gave me... I would have got an extra 3 there for my craft. So, like I said, even I'm making mistakes. But, and not doing everything optimal. But, as you guys can see, this is day 1 down. We got set up in the lethal zone. Everything is going decent. We do have 1 survivor that's a little banged up, but he's healing. It should be no issues. Resource-wise, we're doing pretty good. And next episode, we're going to start digging into this a little more. So, I do hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll try my best to answer them. And I do appreciate everything you guys do for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.